Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a renovation of Isle of Volpe Park. If I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my computer, and if I look at that way, it's because I'm looking at my recording. Anyway, so this is, I'm going to turn off the grid so it looks a little bit more natural. This is the Isle of Volpe Park as it is right now in the game. As you can see, it has a couple of different spawners for ducks, has this cute little pond where you can fish and stuff, and it has this nice little walkway where you can do some barbecuing. Because it is a national park, it does require a barbecue. But I felt like this was a little bit underwhelming for this world. I mean, the rest of this world is so beautiful, and then this park is just kind of meh. So I wanted to go in and renovate it to make it a little bit more interesting, especially considering the fact that it's being labeled as a national park. So let's go ahead and get into the speed build. Okay guys, so getting into the speed build, I just completely got rid of every single thing that was on this lot. Erased all the terrain paint, bulldozed it, started with a fresh canvas. So is this really renovating as much as redoing? I don't really know. But since I stuck with the whole national park idea, I was like, I'm just going to call it the renovation of Isle Volpe Park. There's a couple of things about this build. First of all, I had so much fun using the terrain tools with this. I feel like it was such a missed such a missed opportunity to not use terrain tools in this build, because this whole world is so mountainous and hilly and so natural looking in comparison to the rest of the Sims worlds. I mean, you know, Get Famous is obviously very flat. Almost every world in the Sims 4, Newcrest, Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, they're all very flat worlds. But this world, mountainous, beautiful, and for some reason they made their national park flat. So it was such a waste opportunity to make it a flat world. So I was like, first thing we're gonna do is add some terrain tool in here. Yeah, you know, I think Windenburg has a bit of hilly area, but for the most part not so much. Mostly Kamau, Komorebi, and this world have hills. But for the other, all the other worlds are completely flat. So I was just kind of shocked they did not use terrain tools at all in this. So it just seemed very underwhelming, given the fact that this whole world is so magical and beautiful, and this park area is just some trees and a barbecue and a picnic table. It just felt like it didn't get the effort it needed or deserved. So I went ahead and redid it. That being said, I know that the majority of the lots in this world are made by simmers, actual EA Game Changer simmers. So if this is made by your YouTuber, I don't know if it is, but if this is made by a YouTuber that you love, this isn't meant to dish on them. This is just me saying I was kind of shocked, and that the build is good, but I felt like it could be better. At least in my preferences. I feel like I'm digging myself in a hole right now. But yeah, this isn't to say the original build is bad or anything. It's just that now that I have this, and of course, you know guys, I'm a big cheat user. I got my move objects, my show live edit objects, so I just completely redid the lot. And of course, when you build using EA's restrictions, you get very limited anyways, because you have to worry about pathing and whether it's functional on all computers and all these different type of things, where I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff because I'm just building. So I decided to give this lot a little bit of an upgrade. I used terrain tools to make it super, super pretty. You'll see that there's kind of this layer idea that's going around, it's circular, and then there's another layer that's also circular, surrounding it. And that I got from the neighboring area. I don't know how to explain what that looks like. It's just a bunch of hills that kind of loop around in a circle. And you saw it 2 seconds ago when I was showing you what this build originally looked like. So if you guys go into the world, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll be like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about the moment you see it. But that's kind of what this whole circular wraparound idea came from. So yeah, inside the gazebos, this is the highest point of it. The rest of this does remain flat towards the other side, but this is the hilly nature part. So the gazebos have a picnic table and a barbecue, because both are required in a national park. I don't know why the heck you would ever have a barbecue in a national park, but it's a requirement by the Sims, so I put it in there. So if your Sims start autonomously grilling and it annoys you, just know that that is EA's fault and not mine. And there's also a place for you to fish. They have the rabbit and the bird home here, so you should be able to make friends with them, I think. And other than that, oh, there's also a kid toy here, the big, the big playboat that they have. I think it's called a jungle gym. It's the pirate jungle gym. I don't know if it's functional. I put it in the pond because I was like, that is so cool. Like, could you imagine going to a national park and they have this pirate jungle gym and it's like in the pond of the park? So I was like, that looks so amazing. I have to do it. And I have no idea if it's functional. And even if it wasn't functional, even if it isn't and I had tested it, I would not have changed it because it just looks so cool to me. And I was definitely going for the aesthetics with this build. I got made fun of that by my Twitch my Twitch viewer because I didn't put a bathroom in this build. So your Sims may pee themselves in this place. But it didn't fit the aesthetics. I'm sorry. I end up adding like a debug house in the corner, and that was supposed to like represent a bathroom, but the actual gameplay of a bathroom is not there because it's a debug house. It doesn't have a bathroom in it. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's annoying. You can always replace the house and put an actual like outhouse in there. We have so many of them in the game that you can just make. You don't even have to make it, you just have to place it. It's an object. Or you can make one. That's up to you. I probably could have made one. I mean, the debug house isn't like special. It's made with the same items. We all have it. I could have made it. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'll do it next time. Maybe I'll update this and actually put one in. But yeah, so this is the house I'm talking about, and I just put it in there in the corner, and it's meant to be like a bathroom, but it's not actually a bathroom. So sorry. I feel like there is a bathroom in this neighborhood somewhere. So I feel like your Sims should be fine. And if not, I was like, well, people already torture their Sims all the time. Why not refuse to let them go to the bathroom at a natural park? That just feels, fitting. There's your gameplay. Torturing your Sims as per usual. I also added this little well here. Obviously not functional, but I felt like it'd be kind of cute to have like a wishing well section in the lot. This is using only base game and cottage living. So I couldn't add. They do have, I think it might be Get Famous that has the wishing well that you can actually wish with. I don't know if it's Get Famous or Realm of Magic. I'm not sure. But if you guys have those packs, then you can totally replace this well and put that well. Because I feel like that totally fits with the vibes of this like cottage living neighborhood of like the magic and nature and all that kind of stuff. So I think it would fit really, really well to put that in there. We also got a lot of string lights that are going to be happening in this build. But yeah. I think we've talked a little bit too much about the build. I think we're done with the build. There's not that much to add. It's really pretty, and you'll see what it looks like as we talk. Anyways, how's y'all's day going? I am doing face cam, as if you guys haven't noticed that by now. I'm doing face cam. I know I said earlier I wasn't going to do it super often, and clearly I haven't, because I've done the next 3 builds I did after I did my first face cam video. None of them had face cam, but that was because I always do my video editing at night. And I've been a little bit behind on builds lately, so I just kind of do all of my video editing last minute. But today it's morning time. Well, it's not morning, it's 8 p.m. but it's still bright outside and it doesn't look dark in my house right now, so it's like perfect time to do a voiceover. But of course the day I want to do a voiceover is the day that it's laundry day and me in the middle of reorganizing this room. So if you guys can see the mess behind me, oh, I forgot, my camera is mirrored, so if you can see the mess over here, it's because I'm reorganizing and it's laundry day. So yeah, if you can also see this is Bob. If you can't see Bob, then you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's my punching dummy because I do boxing for fun, not like as a sport, just like for exercising and stuff. So yeah, just ignore it, please. Just ignore it. Anyways, in exciting news, I have officially decided that I'm going to take the semester off. I keep saying I'm going to, but I haven't done the paperwork yet, and I think it's like my hesitancy, because the moment I take a semester off, if you guys don't know, I'm a pre-med engineering college student, right? And if I take a semester off, I'm going to be a year behind the rest of my class. It's just the way it is, because everything is so sequential and they don't offer the classes I need to take for my major over the summer. So if I take this semester off, I am going to be a year behind my class. There's no doubt about it. I'm just not going to be able to graduate within 4 years. At least I don't think, well, there's a way. It's just going to require a lot of overloading, and I don't know if I wanted, well, it's not going to require overloading. What it's going to require is that on senior year, which people are usually working on their senior thesis or senior design project or whatever it is, they usually take the senior design class or thesis class, and then they take a couple of electives or their technical electives, whatever. They don't take like core classes, they just take those, right? But for me, if I want to graduate in 4 years, I'll have to take some of the classes that I'm going to be skipping out on. Because not all of the core classes are necessarily required for your thesis or your senior design. So I could still graduate in 4 years. I'm just not sure I want to do that. I don't know that I want to like deal with senior thesis and not have all the core classes done. So I don't know, but I'm just like hesitant to like take a semester off, but I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for me. I have a couple of projects that I'm working on. I have a couple of family projects that I'm working on, and I think it'll be fun. Plus, I'm a little bit hesitant because of COVID and the Delta variant, but I can't like hide in a box forever, you know? So, although that's like not my main reason, it just seems like really fitting that I have all these things I need to work on. My family's got a startup business they're working on. So I was like, if they're doing that, and, you know, there's also the possibility of COVID and the Delta variant, it just seemed like really fitting to just take the semester off now. So it's like everything just kind of lined up really nicely together, and I've been really exhausted from school lately. If you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure if you guys watch my videos or have watched my previous videos, you know, I have been studying online for the last 2 years. I only had one semester in person, and then I was online for the rest of them. And that's really, really frustrating. I hated it. It's made me like lose so much motivation. I'm like such... I don't want to say nerd, but I'm like, I actually like school. There's very few people you'll meet that'll be like, I like school. But I love going to class. I love going to school. I love watching my lectures. But they're not fun online. No, not fun at all. So I was like, I should just take a break and take a semester off. Plus, I don't know what they're doing, if they're going to keep doing like a hybrid. This is their first like fully in-person semester my university is doing, so I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. I totally forgot to delete this footage, so just ignore it for a second. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, and so I was like, I'll just kind of see how it plays out, and then we'll see it. But the main reason I am is because I just have so many other things that I feel like I'm missing an opportunity if I don't work on these projects that I have. I've got a couple of different projects going on, and I just think I'll be missing a big opportunity if I don't take it. But I'm just so hesitant, and I haven't filled out the paperwork. But it's like not good, because then I'm just holding on to like, maybe I'll go. But I shouldn't. I should just hand in the paperwork and be like, I'm not going. Because I also don't have housing this semester anyways. So like, I can't really go. So I don't know why I'm just waiting. I mean, I guess I could, because I could probably talk to the housing advisor, but like, I'm not going to go. I know I'm not going to go. And yet I still haven't filled out the paperwork because I'm so hesitant on it. I just need to get it done. I just need to like say sayonara, taking the semester off, see you later. But it's also like, I've been online for 2 years and I haven't seen any of my friends in 2 years. So it's like, I'm going to be now taking a semester off and I won't have seen my friends for 2.5 years. So it's just like a lot. Or not 2.5 years. It's only been a year. It's been a year and a half. So I won't see them for 2 years if I take a semester off. I was like, 2 years is a little bit. It feels like 2 years, doesn't it? It feels like a decade. Let's face it. It feels like a decade has gone past. Although, to be honest, I feel like during all this time, during quarantine, during this pandemic, I feel like time has just stopped. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, I feel like time has just completely stopped. Does anyone else feel like that? Like, nothing's progressed or moved forward, because I feel like that. And I'm kind of curious to see how progression of, especially kids and stuff, I'm curious to see how their development has changed. And I know it's like, I'm saying it's curious, even though this is like such a bad time. But it's just like, I'm curious of the after effects of it. Is that crass? I don't know. But I'm just kind of curious of how the development of children and like teenagers is changing, because I feel like since they're online, they're maybe not growing like mentally as much. So I'm just kind of curious to see how that all plays out in a few years from now, when we'll actually see the after effects of COVID, because right now we're not. I'm really sorry about all the pausing that you're seeing in this video. It's because I paused for a few seconds, either to go get a drink or to talk to someone in chat, and I just like go off, and I don't cut my footage, so I forgot to do that. I didn't think I paused this much in the video though, so I'm sorry about that. Here's that toy I was talking about, putting it into the pond. I highly, highly doubt that this is functional, but if it is, that is so dope. Like, it is beyond dope to me how that actually functions and works. So yeah. I'm really devastated actually with this build, because you see all the big rocks I was like, I'm going to make that a waterfall. But of course, since I'm only using base game and cottage living, I'd have to use it with sprinklers. Not sprinklers, but like the water fountains, rather than going into debug and actually getting one of the waterfall debugs from Island Living. Or I think Discovery University also has one of them, but I only could use the fountains, and it just looked super weird and janky. And so I was like, I can't do it. I can't put it in there. But now I'm looking at it, and it looks so stupid that there's just this wall of rocks suddenly. And I really, really wish I had done it anyways, because from the front it would have looked great. It's just from the side it would have looked kind of weird. Because usually when you build a waterfall with fountains, I feel like I would have put the water fountains down first and then done the terrain, so that way it didn't like affect it. But what's happening right now is when I put down my water fountains, I can't move them around enough to the point where they'll just hit over the rocks. They're kind of shooting out of the rocks, and I feel like that looks really, really weird from the side view. Super pretty from the front, but not so pretty from the side. So then I didn't do it, but now I'm like so regretting it. I'm like, dang it, I should have added that waterfall, because it would have looked so pretty in the screenshots. Actually, I don't even do screenshots anymore. This whole video, the outro, is like montage type thing, so I thought about doing screenshots, and then I was like, the montage looks cool, and I feel like it gives more character than a screenshot does. But let me know, do you guys want like just montage, or do you want like screenshot and montage, or do you not like the montage at all? Like, what's your opinion on that? Because I like the montages. I think they look really pretty, and I think because they're montages, you can see like the animals moving, and in the pictures I do, they're like, it's raining, which is a bummer, but like I couldn't change it without doing a cheat, and I hate using the seasons cheats. Seasons just ruins everything for builders. Just like everything. Oh, and now I'm showing you guys Pug Owned. One of my Twitch, I don't remember what they were asking about, but I was like, look at this really cool person. They do these like, Pug Owned is so cool. You guys should totally check out Pug Owned. They are a Sims 4 player, and they make a whole bunch of animals just using cats and dogs. They've made wolves, they've made tigers, they've made koala bears, all sorts of crazy animals, monkeys, gorillas. Like, they make some crazy stuff, crazy things, and they only use cats and dogs, animals, to do it. So it's all like, none of it is mods or CC. It's just, you can use it, you can buy it and download it from the gallery without any mods or CC, and they're so pretty. And I don't remember why I was showing that, but that's who they are. They're on Twitter. I think they even have a YouTube channel, but I don't know if they post that much on their YouTube channel, so you'll have to keep that out. But it's called Pug, as in the dog, Owned. Like, I owned this, but now I don't own it. That's what they're called. So if you guys want to check out their gallery page, you totally should. Back into the build. I'm just adding a bunch of flowers literally everywhere. This whole place is like super flowery. I was like, I'm totally going overboard with this, but then I kept some more flatter areas, because I was like, maybe you guys would want to add stuff to this, like I was saying, an art easel. An art easel would actually be really cool here. I didn't think about that. An art easel would be really cool here, because then you can like paint the reference. Oh my god, if you painted from reference this, oh, it would look so pretty. Also, I have that same watermill thing in this. It actually spins if you have it on. Like, if you go into live mode, it will spin. And you'll see that in the montages at the end. So, it's really cool. And I'm so glad that we have that in debug, because I feel like we don't have many debug items that are actually, like, animated, you know? So, the fact that we have this is super impressive. And just like really cool. And then of course we have the fairy lights, because this pack came with a surprising amount of fairy lights, and I was shocked. Like, it's so pretty. The fairy lights are gorgeous. I love the fairy lights in this, and I'm going to be using them all the time. The only thing I'm annoyed about, and I've said this before and I'll say it again in all my other videos, is that the landscaping is not in this pack. There is landscaping. It's debug landscaping, though. I don't want debug landscaping. I want actual landscaping in the actual game. Why is debug landscaping in the debug when you could just put it in the actual landscaping? How does it make sense that a world that's called Cottage Living is made for farming and gardening, and is like, has this beautiful world that's completely outdoorsy, and we don't have actual landscaping? How does that make sense? I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's my only really big complaint about the build buy of this pack. I should probably do a review of that because I've used enough of the build buy to know whether or not I like this. So you guys should definitely, if you're definitely a builder, this is still a really, really good pack. Even though it doesn't have landscaping, although it has it in debug. So if you're a builder, I feel like you probably already use debug. So the debug landscaping is beautiful, but it's just upsetting to me that it's not in the actual game. I haven't even tried the gameplay yet. I keep saying I'm going to do an LP, guys. I promise I'm going to do an LP at some point. But they're so annoying to film, and they take so much more time than a build video does. So I've been like waiting on it. And by the time I actually get the LP done, it's probably going to be like a new pack is coming out. I guarantee you, like, I'll have this out in like a week, and there will be some, either this will be like done being hyped up, or there will be a new pack coming out. So either way, I've like missed the, I already feel like I'm behind. Like the fact that I haven't started an LP yet, I feel so behind. And I haven't been posting every day. Usually when well, it's not usually, for a Dream Home Decorator, I posted every single day for a week. Miserable. Do not suggest doing that, by the way. But I posted every single day for a week. And this pack came out. It was so overhyped. Like, people loved this pack, and I did not post every single day. I've posted 3 videos in the last week, which is still more than like my average, but it's not as much as I would have hoped. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is a build buy review, because that'll be really easy to make, and it shouldn't take that long, and it'll look good, I think. So we'll do that, and then we'll also do the LP. Yes, I'm doing it. I started recording the prelude. I think it's that, because I'm like really taking my time on this prelude, and I shouldn't be. And what I mean when I say preludes, I'm giving my Sims a backstory before I actually put them in, you know, Henford on Bagley. So I'm starting out in city living, in an apartment with these like rich Sims who discover that they like the nature aspect and all that, you know, just kind of like the same storyline. I feel like a lot of people have kind of followed this storyline where like they were in the city and the city was too ruthless and mean and cold-hearted, and so they moved into this beautiful place called Henford on Bagley, and now they're just in love. So I feel like the backstory, I can just tell you guys right now, the backstory is that these parents get, I'll give it in like a broad sense, but you'll know the actual details in the prelude. But basically these parents get divorced, and this older brother moves out to Henford on Bagley with his dad. They take over this foreclosed farm that runs in their family, and then eventually the dad dies. And then the younger kids, they had 2 other siblings, move in with the brother, and the brothers lost their farm. Now he's in this tiny little starter home because he has to make the money to get the farm back, because it was foreclosed and not doing very well, and he couldn't afford it without his father being in there and helping. So the whole storyline is, can we get the farm? That's the big main storyline, and of course they're all siblings that live together, and I think that's kind of cute. This will be my first time playing with the actual lifespan though. I don't usually play on any sort of lifespan, I just turn it off, so this will be new and interesting for me. But yeah, let's go ahead. I think this video is getting ended right now, so let's go ahead and get into the screenshots. I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button, and if you really like me, be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.